Somehow, Einstein had an idea that this world in which we are looking at is actually the reflection of that light. It is not the light itself. We are looking at a reflection that comes as a result of that one light which shines at the speed of light. And if I were to sit and flow with that speed of light, I would see a different world. Because I would not see reflections, but I would see reality. Now I need to record something important. You see, I realized that truth is not a knowledge as you understand it to be. Since young, we always thought that truth is a knowledge, and we acquire truth. So because of that, we learn, we study using our brain and our mind, and we thought that with more knowledge and with more wisdom, and we thought wisdom is also a kind of knowledge, we would advance in life. But what is staggering is that as I get older, I began to realize that truth is not a knowledge at all. It is actually an identity. That's most mind-blowing, actually. It's an identity. But what strikes me a lot was that the identity is not a he, nor she, nor you. The identity is only the first person, I am. That strikes me a lot. It has a tremendous implication, of course. I began to realize that nobody can provide me with wisdom. If knowledge and knowing is an I, then of course it is only I who can give me that knowledge and wisdom, and no other. And Jesus comes very close to this. He said that I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. And no man comes to the Father but by me. So Jesus understood that I am is the truth, and I am is the way, and I am is the life. But he knows that because he's the first person I am, so he has to say that I am the way, the truth, and the life. And for me, no doubt I have to say exactly what Jesus says. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. So that's why I said Jesus comes close to this very much. What went wrong is that when people worship Jesus, then they created an idol of Jesus. They didn't realize that Jesus was actually saying that in fact it is very true that I am is the way, the truth, and the life. Because only the first person is the truth. And only the first person is the way. And only the first person is the life. Amazing. And you are the first person relative to yourself. So you are entitled to say the same words that Jesus said. But when you make Jesus a God with reference to yourself, then you have made a mistake. But if you have understood that there is a reality within yourself, which you must discover, because I am is the way, the truth, and the life, the first person, then you're on the right path. Of course, just knowing it is not enough. You have to live as I am, the way as I am, the truth, as I am, the life. And that's why if you follow my videos, you will understand why I keep emphasizing that you have to turn your world into breath. You have to turn your thoughts into breath. Because you have to realize the I am as your being. Not just thinking I am as your being, but realize I am as a being. And that is the answer, the solution of life itself. If you read carefully the Torah, you will understand that space-time, all that is around me, is actually created by the light of the one true observer. If you read the Torah, in the book of Genesis, you'll see that God opened the universe by shining the light. Isn't that right? Yes. But Einstein made a very interesting statement. What would the world and the universe look like if I were to flow together with this light itself? Somehow, Einstein had an idea that this world in which we are looking at is actually the reflection of that light. It is not the light itself. We are looking at a reflection that comes as a result of that one light which shines at the speed of light. And if therefore if I were to sit and flow with that speed of light, I would see a different world. Because I would not see reflections, but I would see reality. If you're not a scientific person, you may not understand what I'm trying to say. Too bad, I would say. You have to have a kind of scientific mind here. Okay, but let me proceed on. If I were to be sitting on light itself, what kind of world would I see? One thing is for sure. Because there is no reflection, I will not see a world at all. I will in fact see darkness. And that's the strangest part of it all. And that's why if you read the Torah again, it's stated this way. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. Reality, you cannot see reality. Because seeing is about light. You need light to see. If you're sitting on light itself, you're not using the light to see. So therefore you could not be seeing anything. It would just be darkness. I mentioned earlier in this video, I would see darkness. That's not the correct statement. I won't be able to see darkness. Reality is not about seeing. Get it straight. So if a man is trying to understand the world he lives in, and he's trying to understand wisdom, and he's trying to know God, gosh, he's just being stupid, because you cannot see anything. You cannot see reality. It is all simply dark. And that's why it is written in the Torah that when God spoke the Ten Commandments at Mount Sinai, what did the people do? All the people were complaining. They can't stand the voice of God. But Moses was very different from the rest. It was written that he entered into the darkness where God was. Can you believe it? He entered into the darkness where God was. As the story goes, the Israelites were in Egypt, and they could not free themselves from there. And Israelites were like normal people, you and I, but we couldn't free ourselves from our thoughts, from the bondage that we are in. But Moses was special. He had an understanding of the one true light within himself. And he's a kind of person that's observing the universe from that light he saw. And because he's observing from the one true observer, there was nothing he saw but darkness. And he wasn't afraid about what he's looking at. He was communicating with God directly. And that's why the story goes, God chose him as the deliverer of the people. Because only He can deliver, since He understood I am. You see, everyone was kind of drowned in the world of reflection. Everyone was looking at the world not as the light itself, but rather via a reflection. And so they see a reality that is not real, but kind of space-time. But Moses is the only one who saw the world from a true observer. He saw that everything is a solution itself. But your eyes are actually stumbling you in your journey of life. You're seeing problems, but in fact there are no problems at all. You're seeing people troubling you, but in fact there's no one troubling you at all. You're seeing difficulties, hurdles that you must climb, but in fact it's all meant for your good. If you couldn't see the true reality, you're so troubled by it. And you look for a God outside yourself to help you. You look for some kind of a thinking strategy to bring solutions to your life. But all of it is actually adding more problems to yourself, actually. Yes. The real solution is to turn everything to bread. That's the truth. And that last statement which I just said, turning everything to bread, is possible only if you watch your thoughts, observe your thoughts from the true one observer. Just like Moses did. Only when you watch it from the one true observer, then you find that the whole world turns back to bread. Bread means you're not going to see anything. You're just only going to be me. That's all. That's right. I am is the solution. There is no other.